Okay, I'm just gonna be doing a bit of a slower tutorial for how to make a Roblox shirt. Since I've got a few comments on the last video saying that it's a bit fast, and you are correct, it was a bit fast. So, let's just start off by adding a cube. Shift A, go to Mesh, and Cube. Now you got a cube. So, now you see these axes right here. Press the X-axis, and then you're on the side view now. So this is going to be using this to scale a square so that it fits onto the character. So, you have to go to wireframe. I don't really know what to call it. Tab in the edit mode, pressing tab. Press S and Y to scale it only on the Y-axis, so like this. So as you can see, it's now as thin as the torso. So if we go back to this view right here, viewport shading, move our camera, you can see it's like a bit, although it's not perfectly aligned, it's definitely the same as the torso. You just scale it up, and then we're gonna now move it up to the torso. So we're gonna do G and Z and move it up like that. And now you have the base of your shirt. Now what we're going to do, go back to edit mode, tab. You're going to add a loop cut. Now to add a loop cut, you do Control R, like that, and then you click twice. If you click once, then you can just freely move it around. But for this, we're going to have to cut it completely half. So Control R, click twice, and boom, you got your loop cut. Now what we're going to do is you go to this menu up here and press faces. So you can delete this face over here. Either side works, but I'm just going to delete this side. X, and it will show you this delete menu. Do vertices, which will just make it into half. Now make sure you're moving actually no, it doesn't matter. As long as this orange dot right here is right in the middle, like that, then it's fine. So now you're going to modifier tab right here, the wrench, add modifier, and add a mirror modifier. Now you have your mirror thing. I don't really know how to explain it. It just mirrors your movement. So if I just move this right here, it'll do the same thing. So now you're gonna do vertex select, click on it. I'm gonna add more loop cuts here. Now it doesn't matter how many you add. I don't recommend adding too many as this is gonna be a low poly. So again, Control R, but this time we're gonna scroll up like this. 2, 3, 4. That should be enough. Alright, so now click twice again. And now you're gonna have the base of your collar or whatever. So tab in edit mode. We're gonna click on this right here, proportional editing, which is O. Click on that, and then click on the middle vertex like this. And press Shift. And when you press Shift, you'll notice that there's a circle indicating how much of the part is gonna move. So as you can see, it's moving together like that. It's kind of hard to explain, to be honest. I'm not good at this. So anyway, just go back into solid mode, G and Z, which will move it on the Z-axis. I mean X-axis. Sorry, move it on the X-axis. Move it over here like that. Maybe adjust the circle a bit by scrolling up and down like this. Maybe just do it like this. So when you're at this point, disable this. Go to modifiers and turn on clipping. Now click this vertex back here, GX, to move it together so that it's kind of like connected. Now go to the front. So since in the front there's going to be a little like open spot right there, and this looks really weird, add a loop cut and then move it up. Oh crap, my bad. Control R, do this, and then move it up. Don't click twice, just move it up. Well, actually, Control R, click, and then you move it up. Because if you click twice, you'll just put it there. So next what you're going to do is you're going to move this vertex so that it connects with the other side. So GX, and boom. You have your shirt. If you do want to add a collar, just select the vertices like this while holding Shift. Like that. Alright, and then now you can disable clipping for this. You can have it on, but I really generally don't recommend it. E to extrude it, and then Z, like that, which will move it upwards. Now, if you press S, you can scale it up and kind of make it look like a collar. This isn't the greatest example. But yeah, it could look something like this. I don't know. I'm not really good at clothing, so that maybe, add another loop cut maybe. Do this. Maybe grab some of these vertices over there. There we go. Yeah, that works, I guess. Make sure to move some of these vertices down so they look like an actual collar. Like that. Looks kind of okay. Let me move it back. Do that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter if you add the collar or not. If you don't, you just want to make a t-shirt, you don't have to do this. So now we're just gonna add the wrinkles. Now the wrinkles are kind of interesting to add. Well, not really. All you really have to do is tab into edit mode, add a loop cut, click twice, or you can just move it down after clicking once. Doesn't really matter. Move it down. Make sure clipping is turned on for this. Just scale it up like that, and this is just gonna be in the beginning of a wrinkle, so obviously it'll look weird. Just add a loop cut like this, move it down, and as you can see, it doesn't look too weird. I mean, it doesn't look the best, but you can do something like this. Now just continue doing that. You don't need to add too many. If you're gonna make it really detailed, I recommend using stuff like sculpting to add detailed looking wrinkles. But I'm trying to go for a low poly look right now, so that's not really necessary. As you can see, it's not the greatest, but it kind of works. And what I do is just select this middle, just to kind of like select the front part by holding shift left and just clicking these over like this. Maybe turn this on and lower it a bit. That works. Now maybe like do S on the Y-axis like this. As you can see, it'll make it a bit fat. I don't know. It doesn't really look that great. If you use it too much, it'll look kind of weird. Now we're just gonna add the sleeve. So Shift A, cube, bring it up here, tab in edit mode, move it over here, scale it down with S, make sure it fits the arm perfectly. Tab into the object mode again. You can see it's around the arm. Now the sleeve is actually the easiest part. Just Control R, add a loop cut there. Control R, add a loop cut there. Add a loop cut here, and yeah, you got your sleeve. It is almost done. Alright, so now you're gonna have to alt click like this, and then hold shift, and then alt click here. Like that. As you can see, it has like a bunch of these parts highlighted. And make sure you are in edge selection mode. If we're doing this, you can be in vertices, it still works. So just scale it up with S. Don't make it too scaled up, otherwise it'll look weird. Now, just make sure at this point you have face select on now, and you will select the top like this. And then we're going to do SZ to flatten it out to make it look kind of nice. As you can see, it's flat, not weird looking. So maybe just move it down a bit, let it fit the character. Do the same with the bottom versus, scale it down, move it up. Alright, there you go. So, the last thing we're going to do is add wrinkles. So, add a loop cut, move it down, rotate it randomly, do that, add another loop cut, maybe make it the opposite rotation, do kind of do something like this, that, yeah, there we go. Well, yeah, that's about it for making a shirt. I might start making this a mini-series where I teach you guys how to make kind of different types of clothing, maybe, like anime clothing, or like maybe suits and stuff like that. I'm not really sure. If this video kind of blows up, then I might do that. If you want to see a different tutorial on making certain types of clothing, just comment down below, I guess, on what you want to see. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.